Welcome everybody to Don and Trevor's amazing top 10 list of the things you cannot do without here on the homestead. We're gonna get right to it. So you make sure you hit that YouTube subscribe button if you like what we're doing. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we will keep bringing this content to you. And number one on the list is something you absolutely won't believe. It will blow your mind. It is so amazing that you would never see it coming. It's the most amazing thing, but you got to stick around to hear number one. Uh, you just won't believe it. It's amazing, mind-boggling. In fact, I'm watching out for the helicopters right now because the men in black will be here to scoop us up before we can get to it. We left our home in the city and moved to the country. Here, on 160 acres of land, we made our homestead. This is our story.
Brad, are you busy?
No, I'm just hanging out under the car watching for oil leaks.
Well, while you were doing that, I came up with a small list of chores I need your help with.
What do you need?
Fix the greenhouse, build the planters, collect studs, collect posts, build fence, build the gate, build the coop, create paths, clear fence line, fix the fence, till the garden, demolish barn, chop wood, visit nurses, decorate trees, skeet shooting, tarp Quonset. Chainsaw trees, split logs, install laminate, clean the gutters, plow the fields, clear the pond, farm trout, build gazebo, build a cabin, Halloween haunt, build a deck, go snowmobiling, pick mushrooms.
That sounds like a year's worth of projects. Are you saying we got to get that done this afternoon?
No, by the end of the day is fine. Come on, tough guy. You can start by helping me move some hay.
Right, here we are. All right,
Beautiful
so.
day.
All right, now we have some questions here. All right, so what makes a homestead a home? Well, okay, for me, freedom is the number one thing that makes a homestead a home. Out here where we're free to live the way we want to live and how we want to live, as opposed to living, in the city where you're living under, rules and bylaws, and there's that unspoken social contract that you live with your neighbors. You have to, don't make noise after 10. Don't walk around in your backyard naked, that kind of thing, right? So, for me, what makes a homestead a home is definitely the freedom. Being out here, to me, means, so that's what it means to me, freedom. How about you?
I've always enjoyed the outdoors, and when I participate in outdoor activities, I get that sense of that spaciousness you feel when you're just from being in the outdoors. And when we bought our home in the city, there was nothing behind us. It was open field, and it was just that great feeling of this is really comforting and nice. And then when development started behind us, and then all you could see is walls, it got kind of confined, and I thought,
So you're saying kind of the same thing, freedom, right?
absolutely.
Free from the crowds and the noise. I mean, what else is there to say? Cities are crowded, they're noisy, they smell. I mean, that's just, I think we're both saying the same thing, freedom.
Freedom and
Freedom.
space. I love my space.
okay, I've had a few years here to think about that, and I've got something in my mind, right off the top of my head, but I'm gonna start with a number 10, and I'm gonna work my way up to number 1. So here it goes. Trevor and Don's top 10 list of the essential tools and items that you need on a homestead. Okay, and definitely number 10, we'll start with extension ladder. Think of all the times that we've needed to climb up to the roof or to cut some wood. Basically, if you can't reach it by lifting your arms up, then you need an extension ladder.
Well, that's always for me because I'm so short.
And a light extension. I'd like to make this a point. Buy the lightest, longest extension ladder you can, because they're you get, even when they're made out of aluminum, those the longer ones, they're heavy. So light. I should make that little extra here, is that it's extension ladder but light, portable. The one we have a couple, and the bigger one is not light. Definitely not light.
We've used the ladder a lot, though, as you were mentioning. I mean, we need it for cleaning the gutters.
Yeah.
We need it for building sheds and our garage.
Yeah, when we put the roof on, obviously we needed a ladder, because unless you grow a pair of wings, you're gonna need a ladder. Okay, so number 9, a radio. And I'm not talking about old-timey radio. This is the kind that you need for work, GMRS, those mobile radios, because whenever we want to communicate, if you're more than shouting distance away, it isn't going to work. You're definitely going to walk away from me just when I need to ask you for something. So that a radio, definitely a radio for number 9.
But the challenge is that we have to remember to bring it out with us when we're working and when we plan to be apart from each other.
Yeah, I agree there. So radio, not for listening to the devil's music, but for communication. Okay, number 8, a pry bar. For construction and building, or destruction, for destruction and building things, definitely a pry bar. You might not think that a little piece of metal with a curved hook on the end is valuable, but it really is. And I guess anything could be a pry bar. You don't actually have to go and buy one, but make sure it's sturdy.
I actually got a lot of use out of the pry bar when I was taking down the old pig pen or the old pig shack. I used it for pulling out nails, for taking out pieces of wood, for prying wood, and even the metal roofing.
Yeah, definitely. So you'll leverage the banks won't give you a pry bar. Okay, so number 7, a sledge. You need a hammer, and not just a little hammer, but a nice big sledgehammer, with as heavy a head on it that you can swing. Because think of all the times we've needed to pound a post in, or just to take 2 pieces of board and break them apart. Definitely sledgehammer.
We actually used that when we were working on the Halloween hunt.
Yep, we had to persuade a couple of boards to come apart. Yep, a sledgehammer is the way to go. Number 6, a chainsaw. No better general purpose wood cutting device than a chainsaw. Whether you're cutting trees down or old logs, or just cutting wood to build something, a chainsaw, definitely handy. But and I should note, also add to that some way to sharpen your chains, because otherwise you're going to be spending a fortune buying new chains. So learn how to buy a chainsaw, but also learn how to sharpen the chain, which we haven't done yet, but we'll get to it. Stay tuned for that, yes. Okay, number 5, an impact driver. Okay, if you put 2 boards together, taking them apart, you use a sledgehammer. Putting them together, you need an impact driver to screw them together. I mean, we use screws and wood all over the place here all the time. And your wrists will thank you if you buy an impact driver.
And fortunate for us that ours are all battery powered.
Yep.
And so like you said, we need them all the time, all over the property. So having that feature,
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, because there's no outlets out in the field. You need battery tools are great, and they've come a long way, and they're pretty affordable. So I would say definitely battery tools. Okay, number 4. Number 4 would be a riding mower, and you look around right now and you think, well, not maybe you don't need a riding mower today, but trust me, in the summer when you have acres of grass to cut, the smoke is still killing me.
stoke it up.
It's okay. Anyway, grass. When you have to mow acres and acres of grass, you need a riding mower, because if you were to try and push it all with a push mower, you'd break your back.
I used to be fond of the push mower until I got the opportunity to try the riding mower here, and then I was like, oh yes, it's so much better. I don't get the exercise, that I used to by pushing the lawnmower, but there's plenty of other ways to get exercise out here.
Riding mower, way to go. Okay, number 3, a trailer. Okay, we use a trailer. Okay, I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but we use the trailer all the time. Okay, if you're hauling wood, or hauling hay, or hauling a piece of equipment that's broken down, you need a trailer, definitely.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, number 2, a snow shovel. Okay, and I don't mean the kind that you lift up and push by hand, but an actual large blade that goes on the front of a vehicle, because we have hundreds of feet of driveway here, and we've even pushed all the way down our road to get to the highway. Like that was 2 kilometers. So you aren't going to be pushing that by hand. So a powered snow shovel, definitely. Just look around you. There's a lot of snow. It snows here a lot.
Yeah, that was really handy that day that you were down on the road and they weren't coming around to plow.
Yep, and we had.
You got us out.
The only way to get out was to shovel, and so yes, I'd say that's definitely a must-have if you're up north here anyway, where it snows a lot. Okay, and here we go. Wait for it. Drum roll. Number 1, ATV. By far, an ATV has been the best purchase we've ever had. Completely useful machine. We use it all the time, like literally every day, to push, pull, drag something to power that snow shovel. We almost hardly use it for recreation. It's mostly for work.
Yep. And even getting across the property.
Yep.
For work purposes, to fix a fence line or something like that.
Yeah, because it's quite the walk anywhere.
Yeah. Or checking out if we hear a noise or see a fire or
definitely need that.
I know there's some farmers too, or some ranchers that actually use ATVs in order to herd their cattle.
Yeah, absolutely. And one day if we get cattle, you'll see us doing that. Yeah, absolutely. And that was it. That was number 1.
I like it. I like your list.
Me too.
And I agree. Very useful items you have on there.
Things to have here on the homestead. Next on Home North, walking old trails reveals new surprises. A frozen pond is put to good use. An idea for a chicken coop is hatched, but plans take an unexpected turn. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and Dawn and Trevor take a shot at playing Cupid. And a lunch date reaches new heights. Join our adventures by hitting that subscribe button for all this and much more here on Home North.